this is going to sound so stupid. 20-year-old me is an idiot.
Fridays in Kenosha just aren't the same without a legendary Union Park Tavern fish fry, voted best in Kenosha for 10 years running.
But why stop at Friday? UPT is dishing up delicious food 7 days a week, including a weekend brunch that kicks off at 8 a.m. because eggs and bacon wait for no one.
Live music? Union Park Tavern is the home of the best live entertainment with open mic nights, piano jams, karaoke, and top-notch bands.
And if you haven't checked out their beer garden, you're seriously missing out. So head on down to Union Park Tavern and cheers to a good time. Looking to buy or sell a home?
Contact Shannon Franklin of RE/MAX Elite.
With years of experience, Shannon offers personalized service to help you achieve your real estate goals.
Call Shannon at 262-960-5182 or visit shannonfranklin.remax.com to start your real estate journey today.
Shannon Franklin is your trusted partner in the real estate market.
Looking for unique handcrafted creations?
Aaron Hunzinger of AH Did It specializes in one-of-a-kind lighting, custom furniture, and get this, more.
Each piece is carefully crafted with care and imagination, ensuring no two are alike.
No project is too big or small.
For more, find Aaron on social media under AH Did It. Yes, that's all one word, AH Did It.
Where imagination meets craftsmanship.
This episode of the Ktown Connects podcast will be the gift that keeps on giving, as we are about to unwrap all the stories behind Trista, the owner of To and From Gift Shop. Jason, cue that music.
Oh, wrong button. Well, hey there, Kenosha, and welcome to another great episode of the Ktown Connects podcast. I am one of your hosts. My name is Jason, and with me is my friend and yours, Mr. Donnie Stancato. Hey, Donnie, how you doing?
There we go. I just can't get enough of that Droppin' Daisies theme song.
I know, isn't it great?
It is a real rocker, Jason. And thank you, Droppin' Daisies, for that great song. We appreciate it.
I guess I'm going to leave that flub in, huh?
Hey, an extra plug for the Droppin' Daisies.
Yeah.
Because they did that just for us.
I know.
But I'm doing very well, by the way, Jason.
We were supposed to have that song playing at the St. Patrick's Day Parade a couple weeks ago. That
we had a little speaker malfunction.
Yeah, it didn't work. So,
but it was still fun.
But did we really want to hear that song like 15 times in a row?
Yeah, we already hear it enough, right?
Yeah, but I'm still not sick of it, though.
Right.
But maybe that day I would have been like, okay.
In loop, 30 seconds.
Turn this damn song off.
No. All right, well, we are here. Better Call Parise recording studio in beautiful downtown Kenosha.
That's right, Donnie. And Trista, if you need a lawyer, get one who knows Kenosha like the back of his briefcase. Did you write this, Donnie?
I did.
All right.
Frank carries a briefcase, baby.
All right, well, okay. Does he?
Yeah.
I hope I don't need a lawyer.
Yeah.
But
you might after the show. I don't know what you're going to say.
Well, Frank Parise has been a defense lawyer since 1985, specializing in criminal, DUI, traffic tickets, you name it.
Yep. Call Frank at 262-656-9906 before your mom finds out that you need a lawyer.
Oh.
Thank you, Frank Parise. Thank you. So, we have this new hotline.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we have this new Ktown Connects hotline. You can go to ktownconnects.com. There's a phone on there. You click it, and you can call and leave us a message.
Wow. So anybody can do this?
Anybody can do it. You can tell us your last great meal in Kenosha. Tell us how much you love us. Tell us how much you hate us. And I think we have one in the queue, right?
That's right, Donnie. Someone went to ktownconnects.com, clicked on the little phone link, and left us a great message. So
I can't wait to hear it. Let's hear it. You ready for this one?
I don't know.
I haven't heard this yet.
I can't believe you're allowing people to do this.
Donnie said he's heard it, but I have not heard this yet.
I just want.
Okay,
I want
Donnie's
people,
heard it then.
It's only 4 seconds long. I have not heard it yet. So, but it's by a person named Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
Let's see what Kevin has to say.
Kevin from Kenosha County I?
I was just.
Oh, maybe. Let's see what he says.
Uh-oh.
You guys suck!
Whoa.
Maybe
Maybe that was.
Can you play it again? I want to figure out who that was.
Let's see. Oh, yeah, I think I can.
You guys suck!
Wow, I guess we suck. See, that's the kind of stuff that you can leave a message for us at KtownConnects.com.
Yeah.
Find the phone and leave us a message. We don't care what you leave. We'll play it on the show.
Well, keep it like under 30 seconds at least.
Yeah.
Tell us your last great meal at
apparently
Kenosha.
It only takes 4 seconds to say you guys suck.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Or tell us what you think of the Trista's episode today.
Yeah, please
Give us
do.
your feedback
Yeah.
at KtownConnects.com.
Yeah.
I do have some enemies, though, so maybe don't allow people to do that.
Even
I'm
better.
just kidding.
Even better.
No, that's what we want.
Better. Yeah. No, that's what we came up with this hotline thing for.
man. We don't want people to say, "Oh, you guys are great. We love your show." Oh, blah blah blah. No, we like stuff like
You guys suck!
Well, Jason, that's all fun, but what's brewing here in the Ktown Connects Frank Parise studio?
Oh, Donnie, I am enjoying a delicious Reaches for Peaches. It's a deliciously blonde peach ale from Public Brewing Company down in downtown Kenosha. They're located at 628 58th Street. You can find their full menu at publiccraftbrewing.com. Get on down there, get some beers, get some food. Mm-hmm. We stopped in there after our parade day.
Yes, we did, and it was a great time, great beer, great atmosphere. That's what they do at Public Brewing.
Saw our
Company.
friend Rex over there.
Yeah, she was doing good.
Yep,
She
yeah.
gave me a high five.
Yeah.
Boosh, boosh, boosh.
Yeah. It's always a good time down there at Public Brewing Company downtown Kenosha.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, you know what? We
What?
yapped for a long time here. Mm-hmm. I think
You guys suck!
well, if somebody leave the window open, I don't think there was a recording.
Sounds like he's yelling at Pat while he drives past the studio.
Oh, there's a car coming by. What's that? Did you see a car coming by? What's it?
You guys suck!
All right. Well, let's introduce our guest here, huh?
Hey, yeah, Donnie, let's get to that. We've only been doing this for,
Trista, how are you? The owner of To and From Gift Shop. How are you doing today?
I am good, guys. Thanks for having me.
No, thanks for joining us today.
Welcome to the Ktown Connect studio, the Frank Parise Ktown Connect studio, sorry. You are the current owner of To and From Gift Shop in downtown Kenosha.
Yes, I
Located
am.
at
5535 6th Avenue. Follow him on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep.
And you're the new owner
I
as of last
am.
year,
I
huh? So
am,
you took
yeah.
it over. We're going to get down and dirty with all that. But first, we have to go back a little bit and find out your real connection to Kenosha here
Yeah.
on
Sounds
Ktown
good.
Connects. So you were raised here in Kenosha, correct?
I was born at St. Catherine's Hospital, which is now an old folks' home.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's where I was born when it was a hospital.
See how old you're getting?
Oh, wait, now it's
Born
like life
there.
and death.
Yes, born there and you will die there. Yes.
Don't say that.
Well, and
It's
then
only fitting.
what neighborhood did you grow up in?
So I grew up in Forest Park neighborhood, technically. A little bit about my backstory. Grew up, kind of all over. We'll just say that. But
Okay.
Forest Park was like the neighborhood where I grew up in once I turned like 6 and a little bit older.
Okay. All right. Did
Yeah.
you like that area?
Oh, yeah, I
it's
did.
a nice area.
I lived with my grandparents. My grandparents raised me. So, yeah.
Cool. What kind of kid were you in school?
You look like a real troublemaker. You really do.
Well, no, I wasn't a troublemaker, but it depends on when. I was one of those people that was called a quote-unquote social butterfly, which just meant I
Oh.
talked a lot. So,
No.
but yeah, now I'm like, cool. My kid gets called that, great, because it means she's going to be friends to everybody.
That's
and that's
right.
the type of person that I was. Didn't matter what stage I was going through or phase I was going through. I talked to everybody. The emo kids, the punk rocks, the ghettos,
Were there burners back then?
like,
Like they smoked cigarettes, the burners?
no.
Oh, okay. I guess I'm too
No.
old. You remember burners, right?
Yeah, I was one.
No, I mean,
Okay.
no. When I was in high school, like that was when like smoking weed started to get like really big and like you would skip school to go smoke weed. So that's kind of, there wasn't like the burner kids then. It was just all
okay.
the potheads.
The old pothead.
Let me tell you a little secret. It wasn't just popular then. It was popular
Well,
before
no,
that.
I mean like, well, that's why I'm
That's
saying
all we
like
did.
cigarettes wasn't
Yeah.
like the big thing then.
Okay,
It
yeah.
was, yeah.
We
everyone
did.
was
We
smoking.
did both. We'd smoke
Yeah.
cigarettes on our way to go smoke weed.
So not a troublemaker then, just a
No.
social butterfly?
I mean, I got suspended a couple times.
Ooh,
but,
that's what I see. Now
Oh,
I'm pulling
yeah.
this out of you. Come on. What'd you get suspended for?
So I got suspended.
beat somebody up?
No. So I got suspended in 8th grade because my dad passed away when I was a year old.
Mm-hmm.
And I got suspended in 8th grade because this girl was, I'm not going to name drop her, but I remember her name. But she said something to me about my dad being passed away. And I grabbed a pair of scissors and like started going towards her and I got suspended. And then the next day my grandma bought me a cell phone.
Oh, Oh,
okay.
rewarded. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So what was your first job?
So my first ever job, I worked at the Kenosha Yacht Club.
The
right down there on the
Yacht
lake, huh?
Club.
Yep, I was a busser for, like 2 years and then moved up to serving. And then my summers home in college, I would serve at the yacht club.
Wow. So you're quite a few years then,
Yeah,
huh? Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Probably like 15 to 19.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you went to ITA?
Yep, so I went to Indian Trail.
Okay.
What era was that? Was that during the Suicide High times?
It was, yep.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yep, that was my freshman, sophomore year.
Wow. So they had a
yeah.
big issue there. This is,
Oh yeah, it was brutal. Lost a lot of good friends to some mental health issues, which I don't think is talked about enough, especially when 4 of them were men, and I don't think men's mental health issue gets talked about.
No,
enough.
it really doesn't.
Why do you think that was all tied together in that moment? You think it was just
I don't know. I think it was honestly. I really think it was just so many people were struggling with it at the time, and they were like, "Well, this person did it, and they had their out, so I might as well have mine."
Yeah.
And unfortunately, when I was going through all that stuff and losing all those friends, my grandma said it's a permanent solution to a temporary problem.
yeah.
And that was really hard to not be able to tell some of those friends that they were choosing that permanent solution. So
If our listeners aren't aware, it's dubbed Suicide High because at a time, I mean, how many people?
we lost seven students in 9 months.
Wow.
That is outrageous.
Yeah. Yeah.
How did the school handle that, student-wise? Were they kind of there? Or was they
try to
blind eye to it?
Honestly, it was so long ago that I can't even remember exactly what the school did and for us as students. But I mean, Indian Trails is not a big, or it wasn't a big school. Now it's ginormous, and I don't recognize it because they've expanded so much. But we were all friends with these people that we lost, so it was kind of just being there for each other.
So then, how did you overcome that?
Do you ever overcome something like that?
I mean, you kind of
It sticks with you forever.
Yeah, it's something where they pop up randomly, and it's not really something that you ever overcome, and it's just one of those things that you kind of deal with in the back of your mind, where you're like, man, one of my friends who took her life. She was one of my closest friends in middle school and then in high school, and I still have pictures of us from homecoming freshman year, and I look and I'm like, she looked so happy, and you just never know.
Yeah,
you
never know behind somebody.
Yep,
You never
absolutely.
know.
I mean, look at Robin Williams, one of the funniest guys ever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you never know just what they're dealing with. So I guess not even like how I deal with that or how I coped, but just a reminder to just love on people, reach out to those people that you don't hear from, or reach out to the people that you do hear from often, and ask those tough questions, because you really honestly never know.
Right, just a check-in goes a long way. It really does.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you're at ITA.
Yep.
Did they have a prom there?
Yeah, we did.
Did you go to prom?
Yes, I did. So we didn't have sports teams. So I was a Bradford cheerleader. I was a varsity cheerleader freshman year to senior year.
Okay.
And
So you had to go after school. You had to go to Bradford. And
had to go to Bradford, and then
did you have a car then? Or?
I did. Well, not until 17 because my grades weren't great. So my grandmother wouldn't let me get a car until my insurance was going to be cheaper because I was doing good in school. I still don't think I met those marks, but I got my car. So.
What kind of car was it?
It was a 2008 Dodge Caliber.
Oh, very nice.
Sunburst orange.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I think I remember seeing that driving around.
I actually had that car for a while and ended up giving it to my little sister. And so my little sister was driving it up until probably about a year and a half ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. You got some mileage out of that thing.
Yeah, that Dodge Caliber did good for me.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So you're cheerleading, and what else you're doing?
So I was a cheerleader. I did a couple other sports like earlier in life, but we did have prom and homecoming and stuff. We just didn't have sports. We actually used to take field trips to Gtormson's. Like we would walk from Indian Trail to Gtormson's and go bowling for 2 weeks, and that was part of our gym class. Wow. We did archery, cross-country skiing, which was bullshit. But we did it, so...
Wow,
yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I mean, we even had powder puff games like before homecoming and stuff. So, yeah, we didn't have a lot of stuff that all the
Power Puff games?
What is it?
Powder puff? It's like
Power
football.
Puff Girls
like,
or something?
Like
or?
the football games. Do you not know what powder puff football is?
No,
I think I'm too old for
Yeah, we
that.
don't get that.
Oh.
Huh?
I mean,
like
it's
flag
just-
football or?
No. Yes and no. I mean, you weren't allowed to just like tackle someone to the ground, but you weren't like ripping a flag off of them.
Did you have to throw baby powder on them, and that's how you got them?
Sure.
I like that. Well, I've played that with no clothes on before, but I didn't know that's what it was called.
We didn't call it that, Donnie.
But yes, we did have high school dances.
So, Trista, after high school, you got out of town. Why? What was your purpose of leaving Kenosha?
So a lot of it had to do with when I was in middle school and kind of running around and going through my little boy crazy phase. My grandma wanted me really badly to go to church. I guess that says a lot. So I started going to a youth group at what used to be Kenosha First Assembly, and started going there and got really heavily into youth group when I was in high school. And there was a program. So the youth pastor at the time, his name was John Brown. He's now just one of the head pastors at the church. But him and his wife were an instrumental part of my high school, time. And so his brother-in-law, which is Janet's brother, ran a discipleship program in Fort Myers, Florida. And when I was 15 years old, I was like, all right, I am like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to go down to this discipleship program. I want to get into ministry.
Wow.
And so, all through high school, I knew that that's where I wanted to go. And then graduated high school and
we're gone,
took it down to Fort Myers, Florida for 3 years.
Now, First Assembly, did that evolve into
It's now Journey Church? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now Journey Church.
Donnie, you had experience with them, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
I did. So you're down in Florida now.
Yeah. Yep.
What kind of ministry work were you doing down there?
It was a college. Like, we were taking college classes. You could take classes through like college accredited college courses, whatever. You could get credits.
It just sounds weird.
It does sound very weird.
Accredited college courses.
Yeah, and so you could get those through Moody Bible Institute or North Central University. So you could go strictly through like a ministry program, or you can get college credits that you could transfer to North Central University, which is in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then, do another path there, whether that be, like education or something like that, or something, directed towards ministry. So
now you were doing this. Did you have any plans on like a career you're going to go to?
I did. I wanted to be a youth pastor.
Wow.
Yeah, I did.
Is there a lot of money in that?
No.
Okay.
I'm glad I changed courses. Yeah.
So what kind of, like, going back to your young years, what influenced you to want to kind of do that?
My grandmother.
Your grandmother? Okay.
It was more of pressure than it was influence.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, honestly, it led me on a really good path. And I don't necessarily, not that I don't believe a lot of the stuff that I grew up learning in church and things like that, but I have a very different point of view now on certain things. So not that it was bad for me, but I think it directed me like into more of the type of person that I want to be, and not necessarily in a religious type of way, but just in like a good person.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And life lessons,
Right.
you want to do that. It made you who you are today.
Absolutely.
The good
Yeah.
parts of the religion.
Yeah. Exactly.
So this is when you're down in Florida. This is where you met your husband?
Yep. So,
I wanna hear this.
So I moved down to Florida in 2008. I met my husband in February of 2011. We met on Plenty of Fish.
Oh, really? I did not know this
we
about
met on
you.
Plenty of Fish.
Which
Yeah.
is a dating website.
Yeah,
correct?
and it was
Okay.
free, which is why I was on it.
Yeah, I was on that one for a while, way back. Yeah.
But he was free, so
Do you remind him that every day?
I do. Yep. I'm like, I could have paid for you, but you were free. So yeah, we met.
So you were on a dating app. Someone as beautiful as you on a dating app? What? You just hard meeting people down in Florida?
No, if
or-
you want the real truth about why I was single, was because a guy had just recently broken up with me like a week prior to actually meeting Brandon. So it's kind of crazy about how we actually met on Plenty of Fish, because I wasn't on there. I had been on there the summer of 2010, and I stopped on there because I had met this guy at church and we were talking and stuff. And now those dating websites, they email you like crazy when you sign up for
Yes.
them.
Yeah.
And so I'm dating this guy and I don't get a single email. Now he broke my heart because he decided he was going, God, this is going to sound so stupid. 20-year-old me is an idiot. So his family was very rich. He was rich. He had this plan where he was going to go fucking treasure hunting. Okay.
Treasure hunting.
Yeah, he was going to take his boat to Jamaica, and this sounds so stupid. I can't believe I just admitted this. Anyways, broke my heart. Luke, I wish you all the best, but you're an idiot. So broke my heart. Like, I laid in bed for 3 days.
Did you have any urge to go with him on this treasure hunt?
No, I wasn't invited.
Oh,
yeah, I wasn't invited, which is where I was like, he's a liar. So then, mind you, he didn't go on his little treasure hunt and started dating one of the other girls at church.
Oh,
so I was emotionally distraught, as any 20-year-old would be, as she was being left for a pirate to go look for treasure. Jesus. Anyways, so like 3 days go by and I'm like, all right, whatever. Like, I'm no longer looking for a guy. Like, if he'll find me.
Yeah.
There you go.
So I get this email. I get an email from Plenty of Fish, and it's like, hey, you have new matches. Come check it out. And I'm like, okay. So I go.
They knew you were single.
Yep.
Yeah, they were like, we know she's been in bed crying for 3 days.
We gotta help
and
out.
I open up my Plenty of Fish, and there is a message there, and the subject says, God is so good. And I'm like, okay. So I click on it because I'm a little suspect at this point. And so I go look at it, and it's all of this stuff about my profile. Like, because my profile said, like, I would love to be a cheerleading coach, have my husband be a football coach, and like, oh, you love roller coasters. I love roller coasters. Mind you, the Green Bay Packers had just won the Super Bowl as well.
Okay.
So he used that as an in too. So he sends me this big long paragraph, and my response was, add me on Facebook.
Oh,
Because I'm like, I want to know that you're real.
yeah.
I don't need to get catfish on Plenty of Fish. Are you kidding me?
For sure.
So sends me a message. We got a mutual friend, one of the girls that I go to church with. And so I
perfect.
asked her, I was like, hey, what do you know about this guy? She's like, it's one of those people where you don't know him, but you know of them. But
Yeah.
he seems like a good guy. So
That was it.
that
Okay,
was it.
I'm
Gave
in.
him a shot. Also, I'm an idiot. So a week later, he went to Florida Gulf Coast University, and he played flag football there, not powder puff, just to clarify for you guys. He played flag football, and he wanted me to come watch him at his game, which I'm like, cool, that's fine. So he's like, here's my address. I didn't tell anybody where I was going. Like, I could have been killed. Thank you, Brandon, for not killing me. So I go down this long road, then I go down this longer road, down a long gravel road, down a long driveway. And I'm like, oh, Lord. But I'm like, but it's his sister's birthday, and he just took her to Olive Garden. Like, he's not going to just turn around and murder me. So yeah, we get in his 1996 Toyota Camry and drive over to FGCU to watch him play flag football, and he is playing Drake, mind you, like Drake's worst song of the time that had all these swear words in it. And I'm like, the subject of your message was God is so good, and this is what you're singing to me? I'm like, I don't even like rap music. Who are you trying to impress?
Yeah.
But obviously it worked. So,
Yeah?
So, yeah.
He's saying, I might love God, but I'm also hardcore.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Then
So
it was love from first sight, pretty much. Then.
Absolutely.
So what brought you back to Wisconsin then?
So we lived in Florida let's see, I was there from 2008 to 2017. So in 2017, early in 2017, we found out that we were pregnant with our daughter. And my family is a lot bigger than my husband's is. And so we knew, and I had nieces and nephews already at the time, and we knew that like we wanted to be close to family with small children, like because
Built-in babysitter.
Free babysitters.
well, no, not just that, but I want my kids to grow up with cousins.
Right.
I grew up with my cousins. I want them to be able to
course, that
grow
too.
up with their cousins too. So, yeah, so we wanted to move back home, and at the time I was a hairstylist, and so I could take that anywhere. And my husband was working with an HVAC, and you can do that anywhere.
Wow,
So
perfect timing.
yeah, yeah.
So
So,
you
we moved back to Kenosha, and I never got back into cosmetology. So that says a lot.
So you came back in 2017.
Yeah.
What was how did Kenosha change since? I mean, I'm sure you came back to visit here and there, but
Yeah.
as a whole, when you came back to actually live here again, what kind of changes did you notice?
Well, what the craziest part about it was like driving past places that like used to be something else where it like wasn't there anymore. Like Chrysler, for example. Like driving past
yeah.
there, I'm like,
What the
now
hell?
it's just an empty field, or like that was the biggest thing. And I'm
Yeah.
like, it felt like Kenosha was like almost disappearing because all of these like really important places were going,
Yeah.
but also it was growing in the same, because I'm like, oh, what's that place? That wasn't here before.
You drive down 75th and you're like, oh, whoa.
Right. So it was like it was disappearing but growing at the same time.
Yeah. Moving westward.
All right, so you're back here in Kenosha.
Yep. For the third time.
For the third time, you have a kid. Mm-hmm. You're married.
Yep. Well, I have 2 kids.
2 kids.
2 kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was super cool. The day my daughter turned 6 months old to find out I was pregnant again.
Oh, back to back.
I cried.
Whammies.
I cried a lot. But now I couldn't imagine my life without him.
Right. There you go.
And they got a built-in best friend that was. Both of them were whoopsies.
Well, most of us are, I mean,
True.
So you're just kind of a stay-at-home mom at the time, huh? Raising these 2 kids.
Yep. So my husband's a very hard worker still to this day. But at the time, I mean, he worked full-time so that I could go to cosmetology school at 24 years old.
Wow. Okay.
I was going part-time for a little while, and he was working full-time, and then we decided that it was better for me to go full-time and get it done quicker, and so he's been a great provider for us, going from, actually, he's had some wild jobs. He actually, so he used to work for Pool Doctor. I don't know if you guys know what that is here, or maybe it's just a Florida thing. It's just like a place that services people's pools. He worked there for 4 days, came home with his eyes bloodshot. He also then worked for a place called Pet Angel.
Pet Angel.
Which was a animal crematory.
Oh.
So he would have to actually go to like these vets and pick up these dogs
dead animals and bring them, burn them up.
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
And then he got into HVAC.
That's much better.
He was doing HVAC in Florida, and then in Wisconsin, and then back in Kentucky, and now runs his own business. That's not HVAC.
Yes, why don't you give him a plug? What is that business?
It is Reliant Home Services LLC. So if you need a handyman, something that one of those big companies out there aren't going to take their time to come out and do for you, we will.
Wow.
Reliant Home Service.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
Reliant
great.
Home Services.
All right, I think with that, we're going to take our first break, and we're going to come right back and get into the juicy details of why she decided to buy a gift shop.
Yes.
So don't touch that dial. We'll be right back. Come hungry to Frank's Diner and enjoy some of Kenosha's best food.
From their iconic garbage plate to mouth-watering Bloody Marys.
Frank serves up delicious breakfasts and lunches every day.
Grab the meal of your lifetime at 508 58th Street and check out franksdinerkenosha.com.
And don't forget, order what you want, eat what you get.
About Time Moving System. It's about time moving was easy.
Wow, local or long distance, big or small, Quinn and his experienced team have got you covered.
Make the move today by calling Quinn at 262-222-2624 or visit abouttimemoving.com today. Get a move on!
5 stars. Honor your loved ones with dignity by choosing Casey Family Options, funerals and cremations in your time of need.
For over 50 years, Casey Family Options Funerals and Cremations has been your caring neighbors, offering personalized funeral and cremation services.
Steve's experienced team is here to guide you through every step with compassion and respect.
Visit them at 3016 75th Street or call 262-653-0667.
Learn more at CaseyFamilyOptions.com.
And we're back from that break.
You guys suck!
Thank you, Mr. Kevin. We appreciate any support.
All right. And hey, Donnie, you know what? If you want to hear this episode without those nasty commercials, you can. It's possible.
Really? It is?
Yeah, you just have to become a Patreon supporter and go to ktownconnects.com, and subscriptions start at just $2 a month.
As low as $2 a month?
Yeah, sign on to be a supporter of Ktown Connects, and you can get all the episodes early, ad-free, unedited.
Unedited?
All the bonus material.
Let me guess. And you're going to tell me bonus material as well?
Oh, yeah. We asked Trista what her favorite swear word is, and you won't believe what she says.
Oh, my
Whoa.
goodness.
Yay!
It's amazing.
Yes, so go to ktownconnects.com, find the quick link to become a Patreon subscriber now. You do not want to miss all the extra features that the Ktown Connects podcast delivers for you.
You also get a shout-out.
Yes,
And
yes.
this episode is brought to you by our Patreon subscriber of the week, and that is Michelle Mink.
Hey, Michelle Mink, what's going on?
So big thanks to Michelle for all of her support. Stop in and see her at the port on Saturday afternoons and tell her thank you for supporting the Ktown Connects podcast.
Tell her the Ktown Connects podcast sent you. Well, thank you for putting up with all that right there.
Absolutely.
So to and from Gift Shop, located at 5535 6th Avenue in beautiful downtown Kenosha. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram for all the latest updates on what's going on at To and From Gift Shop.
Absolutely.
So you are a stay-at-home mom. You have 2 wonderful children. a loving, handsome husband, and then you decide, I think I might want to own a gift shop.
Well, she has a degree. She went to school for cosmetology.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So now that my husband and I had started his business, and I do all
Reliant
the
Home Services.
Reliant Home Services. Once
Plug
we
it.
started doing that, I was doing, I do all the billing and all the scheduling and all that stuff for our clients. I realized I never wanted to work for someone again.
Oh, you're like,
And outside of starting my own salon, which that was a big no for me. I also did not want to rent a salon suite. I didn't want to rent a chair. And so I'm like, it's time for me to figure out what to do. Both my kids went into school full time in the fall, and doing what I do for my husband and the billing and all that stuff, it only takes me a little while, but I needed something else to do besides
I got bored. Yeah.
scrolling on TikTok
You needed
all
something
day.
fun to do, right?
So it just kind of fell into our lap. We have some great friends who actually own Howland Flowers. Shout out to Courtney and her mom, Lori.
What's it called again?
Howland Flowers.
Where is that?
They're over on 22nd. Yep, 22nd Ave, right by Holy Rosary.
Oh, okay.
And she was talking to me about, the guys selling a gift shop, and they were talking about they were interested in possibly getting it and turning it into flower shop / still keeping it a gift shop, and who they were talking to about going kind of into partnership with. It fell through, and I hadn't talked to my husband about it. I had just been talking to Courtney about it, but because we're friends with them, Courtney's husband Nick had talked to my husband about it, and then my husband actually came to me saying like, hey, there's this opportunity.
Wow.
And I was like, well, I've heard about it, so why don't you tell me what you know about it? And so he came to me, and we had never been inside To and From Gift Shop before we bought it. The day that we went in to, go see it was to meet the previous owner, and walked in, and I pictured myself behind the...
You fell in love right away.
I did, absolutely. I pictured myself behind the register and got this big old goofy smile on my face, and I was like, yeah, I want it.
So when you went in there, you looked at it, you met with the second owner, Steve,
Yes.
was the owner, and before that it was Samantha. She was
yeah.
the founder of it and all that. I like
she
what
opened
you
it
just
in
did there.
2019.
Yep.
Yes, yep.
Previous guest on the Ktown Connects podcast, season 1.
Yeah,
Yes,
love her
yes.
so much.
So a lot of this, what you were taking over was kind of it was Sam's idea.
Absolutely,
Most
Sam's.
of her product, her ordering.
And she still worked there. She was still an employee. So she was doing a lot of like the inventory and things like that. So she was still a very big part of To and From,
Oh, wow.
which
Yep.
I'm grateful she was, because she helped me a lot.
She's a great person.
Absolutely.
She really is.
We very quickly became friends
Oh,
too.
wonderful.
So,
Yeah, because with Steve out of the picture, you're in there, who needs Steve? He tried to get rid of that place. Yuck.
Wow.
But you took it over, and you're doing a great job. And
I have a question, though.
Yeah.
So you talked about your jobs at the yacht club and involved cosmetology, things like that. Have you ever done any kind of retail things
never.
like that?
Never in my
Oh.
life.
Nothing
I have
like that.
never worked a retail job in my life.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
how do
was...
you like it so far?
Oh, I love it.
Yep.
I'm a people person. That's why, cosmetology was a good thing for me, because one, I was good at doing hair, and two, I was a good therapist, and I was good with talking to people. So, I've always been a people person by nature. So it's fun for me to, get to talk to different people every day, and, to not talk to just my 6 and 7 year old, which love them, but I would like adult conversation.
So now that you've got To and From Gift Shop, and you're kind of doing the ordering now as well, right?
Yep, everything.
Any issues with how do you stay up on the trends? How do you do that?
Well, so unfortunately, because of COVID, a lot of these small businesses, which I know a lot of these small businesses here in Kenosha are struggling as well. A lot of them have gone, they've gone under, or they've sold, or whatever. And so we've tried to keep up with a lot of the well-loved things that are, that have been in To and From since Samantha started it. Some of those places have gone under, but we've found, substitutions for it. But yeah, we've found some things that are, are our own. And a big thing that my husband and I like to do is, we love going to all these small towns that have got, the cute little downtowns like ours, which I've never really thought of our downtown being like that, because I grew up here,
Yeah.
But now I'm like, gosh, we really do have such a great downtown that a lot of people really love. And so we go to these other towns where we go into these shops, these little boutiques and gift shops and toy stores and all these, and we're like, that would be great in the store. So it's a lot of like personal kind of things where I'm like, oh, wait, I know someone that would love that gift. And then it, becomes a big hit.
Exploring and seeing other things and getting ideas. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah. Yep, we're getting ready to come up on our 1-year ownerversary is what I call it. But I want to do things a lot differently. This, this second year, I want to do things more in the community, which was kind of hard for us because we didn't really realize that we bought a business that was kind of dying. And no offense to anybody, but we were told some things that tended to not be true to us when we bought the business. And so we had to put a lot more into it than we anticipated, which isn't a bad thing because, we had gotten so many compliments around Christmas time, especially about how full the store looked. And, even after Christmas, how full the store looked. And we hadn't even had to get back into more inventory yet. So we've gotten a lot of compliments at how great we've done at, filling the store up with things again. Right. So that was kind of our focus the first year, was really realizing what we needed to put in it as far as inventory goes. And that also a big thing too was with inventory not being purchased for a little while, there's a lot of things that customers come in and they're like, oh, are you going to get this again? And I'm like, I wouldn't even know that we'd had it because if I don't see it with my eye or if it's not in the system, because like I said, some of these companies have, since ceased, it's like, so I like that. I like when customers come in and they're like, oh, hey, are you going to get this again or this again? And, if it's doable, I'm going to do it. Because if it's something that I know is well loved and going to sell and I can look up the history of it, then I'm going to put it back in the store.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you can almost feel the vibe with you in ownership of To and From. It's just a great positive vibe like it was when it first started. So congrats for bringing that back because it is one of the most unique gift shops in the area, not just in downtown Kenosha, in the whole area. It really is.
And all that credit goes to Sam.
Well, come on, you're running the show now.
No, I'm just keeping the legacy up. That's what I'm doing. And that's what my goal was.
She'd opened it the year before the pandemic, and
then
still kept it going. What's your opinion on the events that are coming? Because some business owners are complaining about all the events that bring all these people downtown because they said people come there, but they don't get any sales.
Yeah. I can totally understand where they're coming from because the St. Patrick's Day thing, it was great for downtown. I definitely expected the store to be a lot busier than it was, but I feel like a lot of people, they don't actually see the different things that businesses are offering, even with Facebook and the way that things are going now. I see more ads on my Facebook than I do anything else. So it's like we promoted the hell out of this St. Patrick's Day thing, and there were still people that were like, I didn't even know that there was going to be a parade today. Which is wild to me. Even my personal Facebook friends were saying that, and I'm just like, that's crazy because I've posted about it multiple times, but Facebook just doesn't want to show that to people. So I think I don't know what there is to do outside of posting about some of these events.
Yeah, I think with if shops aren't busy during these big events, but I think it's the eyeballs on the window displays or the sign. They might not need a gift while they're drinking a ton of beer at a St. Patrick's Day parade, but they're like, okay, next month is my mom's birthday. I'm going to and From gift shop. I think that the eyeballs goes a long way.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you're in downtown Kenosha, there's going to be events.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, for sure.
All right. So you've owned To and From for a year over that. So what is the most rewarding aspect of owning your own business in downtown Kenosha?
Well, one, it not only gives us financial freedom, but it gives us time freedom.
Ah, yes.
Yep, time freedom. And that's a big thing that my husband and I have talked about all the time, especially because we love camping and we love being able to just take weekend trips with our kids and being able to just do whatever we want when we want.
I love that.
Yep. We are hiring someone this summer. So it's actually my niece.
Oh, very nice.
It's my niece. So you'll see my niece on the weekends in there. So be nice to her because she'll tell me if you're not, and I have cameras, so I'll be able to point out who you are. But, so even that, being able to hire someone that we love and that we trust. And
that's the hardest part.
Absolutely. And someone who's actually wanting to work.
Yeah.
A young kid who wants to work. Isn't that crazy?
It's a rarity these days.
And so being able to not only to hire someone, we had talked about this yesterday, and I was like, as your boss, and I'm like, oh, your boss. I've never been able to say that before unless I'm telling my husband that I'm his boss. But just being able to hire someone and then have our weekends free where I know that the store is going to be open. Because honestly, we had a lot of people complaining last summer that we were closed on specific weekends, but we bought this store in April and had a summer already planned with our children.
Yeah,
and so
to do, yeah.
we had to close.
Hey.
And so I'm sorry that we were, but I promise that's going to change. And you can always check
family
can always
yeah.
check our Facebook and our Instagram to see when we're open or when we're closed, or you can call us at 577-5100 and see if we're open.
Oh, you have a phone, huh?
Yeah, we do have a phone. It's more scam callers, and I think that's karma for all the prank calls
I got
back
like
in the
4
day.
today, so it's all of us.
It's awful, but
And you know, if people complain about you, know what you tell them? Buy your own business.
yeah,
Open it up.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
What are some of your favorite items that you have for sale in the store?
So one of our favorite things is called Modern Makers. It's linen sprays and candles and perfume rollers. So shout out to Larry from Modern Makers. He's actually a Kenosha native.
Yes, Larry.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's actually
Larry.
a Kenosha native, but he now lives in Michigan. And, there's so many well-loved scents that Larry does. But the biggest thing is he will make an exclusive scent. So we have a to and from gift shop scent that you cannot get anywhere else. There is no other mixture of this scent anywhere out there.
What's in it?
I couldn't tell you off the top
It's a
of my
secret,
head,
right?
but it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And the candles don't just like burn, they're not like Dollar Tree candles where they're just going to burn in 6 hours and you have to buy a new one. They're long burning and they smell so good. And
Get your money's worth kind of thing,
you absolutely get your money's worth. And they're not expensive either.
Yeah.
So those are great gifts for people. One of my other favorite things that I found and put in the store is they're essentially adult Capri Sun pouches.
Yes. I remember I took a few photos with you of those,
So
yes.
a couple of those, say funny things like, I'm not slurring my words, I'm talking in cursive, or you look like I need a drink.
Do these have booze in them, or do you have to?
You fill them, and you can
you
like
fill your own, so they don't have booze in them.
No,
so,
they
okay.
don't.
They're
Yeah,
just
but
ready
you can go get something at Fex and then pour it in your Capri Sun pouch.
Speaking of adults, Sam started something. I mean, if you don't know, you have to go to the back of the store. There's something called the Cuss Closet.
Yes.
Are you keeping that going?
Absolutely. So that actually started out as the Cuss cabinet. So it was in like an armoire.
Yes.
So, little children's eyes where you were able to close it and open it. But now we've got the Cuss closet in the back. So that's everybody's favorite room. I had one gentleman, and I make sure, because I'm starting to realize like who our regulars are that come in often and building a rapport with them. But, there's a lot of people that come in and I'll tell them, make sure you go in the Cuss closet. And I had one gentleman and he was like, do I just go back in there and say a bunch of swear words? I'm like, you can. But there's gifts back there too. So it's funny because I can really tell who is going to enjoy the Cuss closet soon as I said that, because they'll stop dead in their tracks and turn to head back towards that room. So that is going nowhere, and we are always adding things to that Cuss
All
closet.
kinds of cool stuff in there. Yeah,
absolutely.
Great gifts for your.
Do you have to be carded to go back there?
You don't.
Oh.
Do you have any like teens try to get sneak back there?
I mean, I'm pretty sure they're probably walking into my store saying "fuck," and I'm like, what? They're gonna see it. They just said it. What does it matter?
What if they're 8-year-olds?
Well, see, there we go. At the parents' discretion, like I've had parents be like, "Can I take them back there?" I'm like, "That's totally up to you.
Yeah,
That's up to you." So, yeah.
All right. A couple more questions for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
If somebody walks in the To and From gift shop for the first time, what do you want them to take away from that experience?
I want them to be able to look at something and be like, I know someone that would love that. I want them to picture someone in their mind of who that gift would be for.
Well, if that doesn't inspire everybody to go to and From gift shop, I don't know what will.
I know, Diane. It's To and From, located in downtown Kenosha at 5535 6th Avenue. Right between Feck's Place and the Mayor Drug Building.
In Salon Pier, right?
Yep, Salon Pier, and then the Deadhead.
Yeah. You got some good neighbors around you.
I do. Very good neighbors.
All right. Well, I think we're going to take our second break, and we'll be right back with wrap things up here with Trista from To and From Gift Shop.
Thank you.
Looking to upgrade your floors or remodel your space?
Well, visit Dickhouse Czak Tile at 6403 75th Street.
They specialize in tile, flooring, and home renovations, offering expert design and installation services.
Visit DickHouseCzak.com or call them at 262-694-9777 and get that free estimate today.
Dicko Czak, where your home makeover begins.
Looking for a spot with great drinks, good company, and a welcoming atmosphere? Look no farther than Lucci's Grandview, located at 6929 39th Avenue. It's the place to be.
This family-owned neighborhood bar is perfect for catching up with friends, unwinding after a long day. There is always something happening at Lucci's Grandview.
Stay up to date on specials and events by following Lucci's Grandview on Facebook.
Discover Kenosha's premier performance space, the White Lilac, located in downtown Kenosha at 5029 6th Avenue.
Experience intimate shows featuring top-tier musicians, performers in a high-quality setting. For event details and tickets, visit whitelilackenosha.com.
The White Lilac, where unforgettable performances await. And we're back from that break. And what a break it was.
All right, Donnie, we're back from that break. And what time is it now?
Ding, ding, ding.
Whoa.
It is Kenosha Connects time.
Isn't it ding, ding, ding for trivia?
Yeah, I just thrown everybody for a loop.
Okay.
Because we're going to do a beep, beep.
Including Jason.
Yeah, I know. You're throwing me off, too. And that's right. And Kenosha Connects is brought to you by the Carbox.
Beep, beep.
If you're looking for a reliable ride, well, Carbox has you covered with locations in Kenosha and Racine. Well, we don't go to Racine, but Kenosha location.
If our sponsors, we will.
All right, cool. Carbox offers quality used cars at great prices, and they make car buying easy and get this stress-free.
Yep. Stop by 1750 22nd Avenue or 3317 Durant Avenue in Racine, or browse their inventory online at carboxwi.com.
Carbox, driving you to your next adventure.
Beep, beep.
Beep.
Are you ready for some Kenosha Connects?
I am.
All right. What was the last great meal you had in Kenosha?
Ooh, that was Hobnob.
Oh, I heard the Hobnob loves you.
The Hobnob has great bathrooms, by the way.
We were going to get to that question.
Sorry, I beat you to the punch.
So see someone listens to the show at least.
So the Hobnob, huh?
Yeah.
What did you
Yeah.
have to eat there?
So what did I have that night? Because normally I go with their steak Oscar.
Normally? Like you go there like every week? Or it must be good money in that gift shop.
No, this was the second time I've gone.
Okay.
So the first time was the bathroom selfie.
Okay.
But no, I don't remember what I had now. But their French onion soup, oh, so good. Their calamari, so
yes,
good.
the calamari is excellent.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay.
How about this one?
Yeah.
What is your favorite Kenosha gift shop, not your own?
Oh. Yeah.
Honestly, I'd think that my favorite gift shop outside of To and From would be the gift shop at Mars Cheese Castle.
Oh, that is a great place. Yes.
You can get good lunch there, and they've got a lot of really good gifts. We send a lot of people there for...
That is a great place. And Michael was just on the Ktown Connects podcast
2
as
weeks
well.
ago. Yeah,
Yes.
you can check out that episode with Michael Ventura, one
Yes.
of the current owners of Mars Cheese Castle. Great episode there.
He's got a lot of cheese heads you could buy there as well.
And cheese.
Yes.
I was going to say...
Over
damn
500.
it, you beat me.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right. Where in Kenosha would you recommend someone going on a first date?
Not the Hobnob. Only because that
second
boy's
date,
going to be
right?
paying heavily for that date.
Yeah.
When you want to lock it in, go to the Hobnob. First date. Honestly, I'd probably say somewhere downtown. I don't want to like name drop a specific place, but I think
A stroll downtown and stop wherever your heart desires.
yes, and maybe Kaiser's if it's pickle pizza month.
There you go.
okay.
Great pizza that
Yeah.
is.
So make sure your first date is during pickle pizza month.
Yes. Plan accordingly.
All right. Well, speaking of local businesses, you can give a shout out to only one other local business. Who do you pick?
I'm going to give a shout out to Deshaun at Black Coffee.
Good
We've
old Black
been
Coffee.
friends since middle school, and I
cool.
love seeing what he does over there at Black Coffee, not just in the business itself, but, for the community and
Yeah,
stuff. So,
yeah.
All right. Last question.
Yeah.
Big Star or The Spot?
Big Star.
Oh,
Look at you. Okay.
Yeah.
have you been there yet this year?
I have not.
Yeah, me neither.
You can get those banana shakes when they're slowed down. That's what you got to try there.
I have never had that before.
You should.
But they're malts. Oh, they're chocolate malt.
Now, would you dip French fries in your shake, your malt ever?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Big
the
Star
best.
fries are awful though.
They're okay.
I always get
Those
cheese
crinkle-
curds.
yeah,
Or,
yeah.
well, okay, so disclaimer. If you're going jalapeno poppers, then the Spot all day because they're
Yes.
cream cheese,
Yes.
not cheddar
Yeah,
cheese.
I agree 100% with you on that. Yes.
I can go either way on those.
And the spot's more expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm a cheap bitch.
Yeah, they're expensive by a lot.
Yeah.
But the spot burgers are a lot bigger than a Big Star burger.
Yeah.
You know?
But they just don't hit the spot. Quote unquote.
All right.
Like Big Star does.
That was good.
You know what I used to like to do? I used to like go to the spot for lunch and then have dinner later on that day and go, that really hit the spot.
That sounds like you.
Well, that was our Kenosha Connects brought to you by Carbox. All right, Jason, what time is it now?
Well, ding, 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 it's trivia time. And trivia is brought to you by The Lettering Machine. They're located downtown at 725 50th Street.
Yep, they're your one-stop shop for all things customizable, whether it's uniforms, gifts, accessories, school gear, or office swag. You dream it, they'll print it.
That's right, Donnie. You know what? You can visit thelettermachine.com for all of the details. And
Yes, go check them out.
we have a store on there. You can buy some Ktown Connects merch right
yes,
there.
you know who asked me if we had any new merch on there today?
Who?
Our good friend Rob Griskoviak, owner of Villa de Carlo.
Good old Rob.
He wants to buy one and wear one to the state of downtown in April.
Oh, gotta love Rob.
Yeah,
Thank you
you
so
do.
much, Rob. Get yourself a Ktown Connects t-shirt.
Now be a sponsor.
Yeah, right? Villa Carl. I'd love to have Villa.
Yeah, that would
we
be
need a
great.
pizza place.
Yeah, we do. All right, I'll talk to Rob about it.
Less hair salons, more pizza places.
We only have one hair salon.
No, we got two. We
we have two.
We have the Buttle Salon, Wink, and then we have the hair salon, Solis.
And we have great faded barber shop for men where both of us go get our haircuts. Hello, Boda and Trish.
I mean, I would if I could need a haircut.
Right, that's true. When you do need a haircut. All right, it's trivia time. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay.
All right, for our trivia segment today, Donnie and Trista will take on their trivia knowledge in this 100% legitimate, definitely not skewered, totally fair trivia game. So we have our randomizer. We have to see what the random subject's going to be. Ding!
Wow, that was a loud one today.
Yeah, and the random topic is country music.
Oh.
Trista, do you know anything about country music?
I do.
Oh, whoa, wow, shocker. Okay.
If I still lose to Donnie, I'm going to be really disappointed in myself.
I will be too.
You won't.
So I have 3 questions for each of you, and we're going to do the best of 3. Would you like to go first? Or would you like to have Donnie go first?
Donnie can go
Oh,
first.
really?
Oh,
Okay.
Donnie?
Garth Brooks, and Garth
Age
Brooks.
before beauty.
All right, Donnie, I have a
Use
question
that
for
one.
you
I
here.
feel
You
that
ready
one.
for your first one?
Yeah.
Which artist sings the classic country song Friends in Low Places?
Garth Brooks.
Yay!
You got that right.
Yeah. You
Good
think
job.
I would get that one right?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're going down. He gives me the easy one, then he gives me the hard ones.
All right.
That's what she said.
Trista, here's another song one.
Mm-hmm.
Which country legend is famous for the song Jolene?
That's Dolly Parton,
Yay!
All
Okay.
right.
the queen of country.
Yep.
Tied up 1-1. She's the queen of everything.
Literally.
She's America's sweetheart now that Betty White's dead.
Oh. Yes.
No, she's been in the ground. We got
Too
a new
soon.
one. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Donnie, here's your second question.
Okay.
Now, Taylor Swift, she's a big pop star now. She started as a country singer. Do you know that?
I remember hearing that.
Her first single was named after a fellow country star. What was the name of that song?
Clint Black.
Do I get to steal
Sure.
Tim McGraw?
Ah.
Donnie, you are wrong. You
Yeah.
go back.
Tim McGraw. Okay.
You don't get any points for the steal, though.
That's okay. I just wanted to show Donnie up.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
appreciate the Clint Black guess, though.
That's only a cool song. Clint Black.
It's country, not metal.
That was my Taylor Swift impersonation.
Oh, Jesus.
Trista, here's your second question.
Okay.
What is the name of the country star and father to a 21st century pop star who broke out with the song
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Achy Breaky Heart?
Billy Ray Cyrus. That was also my first concert that I ever went to. I think I was like 11 months old. My mom took me to Billy Ray Cyrus
I
concert.
didn't tell you the question. You were right.
I know.
I didn't tell you were right,
You didn't
though.
have to.
She
I know
knows
I'm
her
right.
country.
Wow.
Yay.
Well, you are right. So you're up
Nice
2-1
Which-
here. Donnie, here's
Yes.
your last one. Now, this is a classic country.
Okay.
In the John Denver song Country Roads Take Me Home, which state is mentioned by name?
Montana.
Come on. That was You're not supposed to fail on purpose.
I
Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia. Mountain
Yay.
Mama.
Well, see, now that I hear
I guess
it.
the first lines are like almost heaven, West Virginia.
Oh, yeah. You got it. Oh, Jesus. I sang 6 lines, and Jason's like, I got it in 2.
All right, Trista, see if you can get all 3 here. You're already whooping Donnie here. Which group is known for the hit song Chicken Fried?
Zach Brown Band.
Yay.
But we don't like him.
Oh,
Okay. They're
Sorry,
bad. They're bad.
No, he's a terrible husband, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I learned that on TikTok.
Screw him.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, screw Zach Brown. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck him.
Yeah.
All right. But you win our
Yay,
trivia.
me!
Oh, congratulations.
Yay.
As
You
soon as
win.
you said country music, I knew I was going to beat Donnie.
You win a
thanks for kidding
koozie,
me.
The
courtesy of the lettering machine. Look at that koozie.
Ooh, this is thick.
Yeah, that's what she said.
I guess
So
the
enjoy-
randomizer worked out good for you today on the
Yes.
trivia segment. So
Congratulations.
that's a To and From gift shop located in downtown Kenosha, 5535 6th Avenue. Follow To and From Gifts on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to know if they're open, give them a call, 262-577-5100. Are there any days of the week that you're always closed?
Mondays.
Okay.
Yep. We're closed Sundays and Mondays right now, but in the summer we'll be open on Sundays too.
Okay.
So Mondays is the day that just don't show up because nobody
Don't
going to
even
be
try.
there.
Okay.
And just check the social, see what's
Yep.
going on, see what gifts you got in there, what new inventory, what hours. Just support local. That's what we're pounding home.
Yes, please.
And Donnie, you know what? If you want to see this episode
I
like
do.
on a TV,
On TV?
yeah, because we're actually on TV.
Wow.
Kind of. They were pictures of us, and you can hear us talking.
Yep.
But we're on Kenosha Spectrum Channel 14
Yep.
and the KCM streaming channel on your Roku device.
Yes.
So we air Wednesdays at 11 a.m. and Sundays at 5 p.m.
because who doesn't want more Jason in their life?
And Donnie.
Oh, well, what can I say? Look, Mom, I'm on TV.
Your mom tells you everything.
All right, don't forget to follow the Ktown Connects podcast on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok,
We saw an
YouTube.
X. We gotta get rid of X.
It's just there for a plug. Okay, it's gone. Don't follow it on there, but follow us on all
Okay,
the
thank
other
you.
social media channels.
And drop us a review on some of those.
Yes, do it on the Apple Podcast, please.
Do we have
need
that
it.
one review?
Also call the hotline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for the reminder. Go
You're
to
welcome.
ktownconnects.com. Look for the phone. You can call the hotline and leave us a message. Please do that. Good, bad, ugly, we don't care. We just want a message, just like
You
this
guys
one.
suck!
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right, Trista, thank you so much for being on the show. You've been a great guest.
Yeah, a fantastic guest.
Thank you for
were
having me,
so
guys.
good. Thank you.
I thought I was going to puke earlier today, but this was a lot.
So we made it
a lot
very
of fun.
comfortable.
Yes.
Very comfortable
Absolutely.
for you. All right.
You would have been the first guest to puke in here, so it's
Yes.
I wasn't going to puke in here just before.
before,
Yeah, before
yeah,
I
right,
came.
right,
I'm a lady. I'm not going to puke in front of you.
okay. We've heard that before.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus!
Get the To and From gift shop. Get down there. And, the show would not be possible without our great sponsors.
Oh, we got a lot of great sponsors, Donnie, including the law offices of Frank J. Parise,
Aaron Hunzinger of AH Did It.
About Time Moving Systems,
Casey Family Options Funeral and Cremations.
Dick Cizak Tile,
Frank's Diner.
Shannon Franklin of Remax Elite,
Union Park Tavern.
The Lettering Machine,
Public Brewing Company.
A Plus Mobility,
Alpaca Art.
Faded Barbershop for Men,
Lakeshore Pedal Tour.
Lucci's Grandview,
Solis and Company.
the Port of Kenosha Beverage House,
The White Lilac.
and get your butthole bleached at Wink Beauty Boutique.
Yes, all right. With another great show done. Yeah, Sarah do a great job on bleaching the
Go
old
back and listen
butthole.
to Sarah's episode 1,
Yes.
season 1 episode.
So get down there. And Jason, after so many episodes, I'm just trying to figure out once again, what are we doing here?
Well, I don't know. We're drinking some public beers, having a good time here with Trista from To and From. But I think what we're really doing, I think we're connecting Kenosha.
You guys suck! 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 It should be a beer. No! You guys suck! You guys suck!
That was so much fun. Thank you for having me, guys.
You did great.
Thanks for coming in.
God, this is going to sound so stupid. 20-year-old me is an idiot.